ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणदेवता श्रीविष्णुकान्यपंश्च नमो विष्णुपादां कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामने गौरत्तसे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्र पातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनकारुणिं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। So we'll be saying the verses. Om Purnammadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Ishavasya Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Magruda Kasya Svidhanam Purvanniveha Karmani Jijivishe Shasham एवं त्वयि नान्यते तोस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे. So these are the invocation and first two verses of ISOPANISHAD. So today we'll be discussing the third verse. So Karnamurti Guru told me that third and fourth verse should be discussed today. Okay, mantra 3 and 4. I think last time Sanatan Goswami Guru took the verse number 2. So today we'll cover verse number 3 and 4. So Ishopanishad invocation spoke about completeness of Krishna and completeness of Krishna's creation. And the first verse talked about Ishavasya principle, how Krishna is the proprietor of everything. And we are allowed to utilize our quota and we should not be greedy for more. That is the Ishavasya principle. And verse number 2 talked about if a person lives in this consciousness that everything is Krishna's and I'm supposed to use everything for Krishna's service and not for my sense gratification, such a person can live for hundreds of years without getting afflicted by karma. Jiti vishekshatam samaha evam tvai nanyate tosti na karma lipyate re na karma lipyate nare. Such a person will not be touched by sinful karma. Okay. So that is the verse number 2. And verse number 3 talks about if a person cannot, close the bit. If a person does not live in that consciousness, then he he gets afflicted by sin, and he has to suffer for the sins which he has committed. Sin means what? Basically disobeying the Ishavasya principle. So then he has to suffer for that. So that's the third verse. So today we'll discuss verse number 3. I'll open the soft copy document. Mantra 3. Can you repeat the verse? Asuryanamate loka
सूर्यानामते लोका
अंधेन तमसा वृताः
अन्धेन तमसावृता
तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति
तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति
एके चात्महनो जनाः
एके चात्महनो जनाः
असुर्यानामते लोका अंधेन तमसा वृताः
अन्धेन तमसावृता
तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति
तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति
एके चात्महनो जनाः
एके चात्महनो जनाः.
The killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the worlds of faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. Okay, so Asurya Namate Loka. There's a place called meant for Asuras. Okay, Asurya Nama. Andhena Tamasa Vrita. What is the characteristic of that Loka? It's full of darkness and ignorance. Andhena Tamasa Vrita. Tam means sinful people. Te means sinful people. They go to these Asura Lokas. Pretya Bhigachanti. Pretya means after death. After the sinful people die, they go to the hellish planets. And they are called as Atmahano Janaha. Atmahano Jana means? Yeah. If there's somebody asking question here. Yeah, this class is both for IYF and congregation combined. Okay. So both should attend. Atmahano Janaha. Killers of the soul. The interesting statement, Atmaha. How can Atma be killed? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, no, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Bhavaka. So, soul cannot be cut by weapon, nor it can be burned by fire. So, how it is possible that Atmahana, killer of the soul? Because that has a different meaning, we'll discuss when we go through the purport. Okay. So, this was emphasizes that we should follow Dharma, Ishavasya principle. If not, we'll get affected by sin. So we'll go through the purport now. Okay. So I would like to read from you. Yeah.
Human life is distinguished from animal life due to its heavy responsibilities. Those who are cognizant of these responsibilities and who work in that spirit are called suras, godly persons. And those who are neglectful of these responsibilities or who have no information of them are called asuras, demons. Throughout the universe, there are only two types of human being. In the Rig Veda, it is stated that the suras always aim at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu and act accordingly. Their ways are as illuminated as the path of the sun.
Om Tad Vishno Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Diviva Chakshuratatam Tatviprasa Vipanyo Jagravaham Yat Samandate Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam. So this verse from Big Veda. It says that No? Suras, they are fixed in the goal. And what is the goal? The lotus feet of Krishna. Paramam Padam. Om Tadvishnoh Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suryaha. Sura means Devatas. So their goal is to attain the lotus feet of Vishnu. Right? Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Daiva Asurastad Viparyayaha. Another definition. But who is a Deva? Devata? Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Daiva. Asura is Viparya. Means according to this definition, even demigod worshippers are in that category of asuras. Like Hiranyakashipu was a devotee of Brahma. Ravana was a devotee of Lord Shiva. So anybody who is not a devotee of Vishnu falls in the category of asura. So Devatas may not be asuras, but Devatas follow Lord Vishnu. And Lord Shiva is a devotee of Lord Krishna. Brahma is a devotee of Lord Krishna. But their followers may not be devotees of Lord Krishna. So the definition of Sura and Asura is Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Deva. Asurastad Viparya. Da Bhuta Sarge Lokasmin Daiva Asura Evacha. So there are two kinds of categories of people.
Where this verse comes?
Prabhupada के purport में आते हैं.
No, previous verse which is from regular. The one you now said is from regular.
Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Deva.
Yes.
I need to check where, but I read in Prabhupada purports. Let me check in Vedabase. For Kali Yuga mind, Vedabase is a blessing. Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Deva Asurasya Viprayaha. Prabhupada is quoting this in a lecture. Vishnu Purana. According to Vishnu Purana, Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Deva Asurasya Viparyaha. The devotees of Lord are godly, and those who are just the opposite or against the Lord are ungodly. It's given in Vishnu Purana. Okay. And 16.6 also talks about Daiva and Asura. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about qualities of Devatas, qualities of Asuras. It's in 16th chapter of Gita. Okay. So Asuras. So Prabhupada explained the word Asurya Namate Loka. Asurya. So he is defining Sura and then talking about who is an Asura. Somebody who is not a Sura is called Asura. हिंदी में कहावत है, वो बोलते हैं कि जो भगवान के सुर में सुर मिलाते हैं वो है सुर, बाकी है असुर. सुर में सुर मिलाना मतलब क्या है? I don't know. Anybody understands Hindi here in Zoom? सुर में सुर मिलाना.
To be aligned with the Lord and His instruction.
Yeah, to be aligned with the Lord. Yes. सुर में सुर मिलाना तो जब भगवान की इच्छा है उसको मानना. Right? To align, accept and align with the will of the Lord. They are called suras. And बाकी सब असुर. And there is another meaning. I'm telling about the 3-4 meanings of asura. Asu Ra. Ashu means quickly. Ra means Ramate. One wants to enjoy. Asura means one who wants quick enjoyment, instant enjoyment. Is called as Asura. Okay. So first definition I told us, anybody who is not a devotee of Vishnu is Asura. Second is, and we also define who is a Sura. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surya. So the devotee Sura is one who is always fixed in the goal of Vishnu's lotus feet. When we said that, yes, Asura means one who wants quick enjoyment. Is also called Asura. जो भगवान के सुर में सुर मिलाते वो है सुर, बाकी सब असुर. The 3-4 definitions of Sura and Asura. We just saw. Yes. Next purport. Someone. Okay. Ashish Prabhu can read this paragraph.
Yes, Prabhuji. Intelligent human beings must always remember that the soul obtains a human form after an evolution of many millions of years in the cycle of transmigration. The material world is sometimes compared to an ocean, and the human body is compared to a solid boat designed especially to cross this ocean. The Vedic scriptures and the acharyas or saintly teachers are compared to expert boatmen, and the facilities of the human body are compared to the favorable breezes that help the boat ply smoothly to its desired destination. If, with all these facilities, a human being does not fully utilize his life for self realization, he must be considered Atmaha, a killer of the soul. Sri Ishopanishad warns in clear terms that the killer of soul is destined to enter into the darkest region of ignorance to suffer perpetually.
There's another verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, a very famous verse. So 11, 20, 17. Okay, 11.20.17. So kindly repeat. Nrdehamadhyam sulabham sudurlabham
सुलभं सुदुर्लभं
Plavam sukalpam guru karnatharam
प्रभवं सुकल्पं गुरुकर्णधारम्
Mayanukulena nabhasvateritam
मयानुकूलेन नभस्वतेरितम्
Puman bhavabdhim nataret satmaha.
भुवान् भवाब्धिं न तरेत्
So atmaha. So Naradeha, this human life, Naradeha. Adyam, now, Sulabham, Sudurlabham. We have got this, we have attained this Naradeha now. Okay, Sulabham, Sudurlabham. Very rare to attain, but we have attained it very easily. Both are opposite words, Sulabham, Sudurlabham. That which is very Durlabha, somehow we have attained it now, by the will of Providence. Based on our pious activities. We have got it. And this human body is compared to a plava. Plava means? Plava. What is the Sanskrit word plava means?
What?
Boat. Correct. Plava. Doni. So plavam sukalpam. Guru Karna Dharam. It's a perfect boat. It's a perfectly carved boat for crossing over the ocean of material existence. The human body. It has got very advanced facilities for understanding and practicing the purpose of life. So that the human body is a favorable boat. Plavam sukalpam Guru Karnadharam, and we have got a favorable expert captain. So and Guru is considered to be the captain of the ship. Guru Karnadharam. Maya anukulena nabhasvate ritam. And by my grace, the favorable winds are blowing. The winds are compared to Krishna's mercy in the form of Shastra or in the association of devotees. So Maya anukulena nabhasvate ritam. Even after getting human body, even after getting a proper guru, even after getting so much mercy in the form of facilities to practice Krishna consciousness, Puman bhavabdim na taret. If that human being does not cross over the ocean of material existence, he is committing suicide. Saha Atmaha is the killer of soul. So definition of Atmaha is you can't kill the soul, but the soul is degraded to the lower forms of life. That's the meaning of Atma, killer of the soul. Okay. Instead of going to Vaikuntha, he goes to hell. So that is misuse of the human life, isn't it? So that's why it is called Atma, killer of the soul. Okay, I hope that is clear. It's a good sloka to memorize also. All Bhakti Shastri students, you can note this verse and memorize it from the 11th canto, 20th chapter, 17th verse. Good for preaching also, this verse. So if you are doing a told give a class on the importance of human form of life, so you can take this sloka and speak about it. Yes. Gazan, you can read.
Here,
There are swines, dogs.
there are swine, dogs, camels, asses, etc. But economic necessities are just as important to them as ours are to us. But the economic problems of these animals are solved only under nasty and unpleasant conditions. The human being is given all facilities for a comfortable life by the laws of nature because the human form of life is more important and valuable than animal life. Why is man given a better life than that the swine and other animals? Why is a highly placed government servant given better facilities than those of an ordinary clerk? The answer is that a highly placed officer has to discharge duties of a higher nature. Similarly, the duties human beings have to perform are higher than those of animals, who are always engaged in simply feeding their hungry stomachs. Yet the modern soul-killing civilization has only increased the problems of the hungry stomach. When we approach a polished animal in the form of a modern civilized man and ask him to take interest in self realization, he will say that he simply wants to work to satisfy his stomach and that there is no need of self realization for a hungry man. The laws of nature are so cruel, however, that despite his denunciation of need for self realization and his eagerness to work hard to fill his stomach, he is always threatened by unemployment.
Yeah. श्वविद्वराः उष्ट्रखरैः संस्तुता पुरुषपशु न यत्करणः पतोपेत जातो नाम गदाकृश. A beautiful verse in Shah. Actually, if you read Prabhupada is quoting Shastra only. It's quoting Shastra. Right? So, dogs, hogs, camels, and asses, four interesting animals. So, ass is Mudha because it carries heavy weight for little bit of some happiness. Right? He carries weight of somebody else for little bit of happiness. Then camel, it eats thorny bushes and cuts its tongue and thinks I'm enjoying. He's tasting his blood actually. And hog, it is eating stool and feels it is happy stool eating. So in this way, these animals, they think they are happy, but actually they are abominable. Their happiness, and there is also actually great struggle for survival also in animal species. Right. So two animals compete with each other, and there is always fight between animals. Like a dog, this it think no, this is my area. If some other dog comes in that area, he will be threatened. Bow bow, tries to drive him away. Why are you coming to my area? Resources in this area for my enjoyment. That was the dog mentality. So, Prabhupada is telling here that facilities, if you compare the animals' facilities and humans, what facilities we have, humans have a better facility for what? Self-realization. And these better facilities are given so that we can attain self-realization. Animals have been given facilities for better eating, better sleeping, mating, and reproducing. Only this they have been given. Human beings has these also better, but much more better facilities given of self-realization in human form. So we should use all our strength and energy to attain self-realization. Right. So what does Prabhupada say here? Yeah. Like a highly placed government servant is given better facilities than that of a clerk. A high court judge, his working hours may be less, but salary is more. And a clerk, working hours is more, salary is less. So in animals, struggle is more, happiness is less. In human beings, struggle is less, happiness is more, facilities are more. Right? Why a judge is given better facilities? So because he has to do very important work, critical decisions he has to take that no ordinary person can take. One who is in knowledge, he only can take those decisions. Who has read the law books, who is well versed with the Indian Penal Code, he only can take those decisions. So he is given better facilities, better salary, better post. Similarly, human beings are also given better post and better facilities because they are supposed to perform higher responsibility. But unfortunately, modern civilization is soul-killing civilization. Prabhupada says, right? Yet the modern soul-killing civilization. Prabhupada writes that word here. You found that word in the middle of the paragraph. It is soul-killing civilization. Right? You don't have a book? ISOPANISHAD? You didn't buy? Then how do you study? You don't have a book? No, Bhakti Shastri, you should have a book. How can you study Bhakti Shastri without book?
Yeah.
You should bring. Huh? I read it in some other place. So, Prabhupada used to say that we should study books in book format. And it's a very thin book, you can keep carrying anywhere. Till the time Bhakti Shastri gets out, this book should be with you only in the Bible. Till the time this book is over. So you can study, read, make notes, underline. After Bhakti Shastri, if you ask what shloka, what Prabhupada talks in this shloka, you should go to recollect. You should memorize all these books. All the shlokas, translations, purports, as much as possible, you should try to memorize it. And once you memorize, then you can retain it. Then you can share it. Some people think memorization is not important. No, memorization is also important. As in schools, memorization is important. Practice करते नहीं करते वो पूछते नहीं. Memorization किया ठीक है, marks मिल गया. But here also we should memorize and later apply it. Both has to be done. So we should memorize and we should apply it. Then we should share it with others. There are some proper disciples who have read these books many times, 100 times. Recently, Jayapataka Maharaj offering his own Jayapataka Maharaj, somebody said that Maharaj told you should read Chaitanya Charitamrita 108 times. Isn't it? You read? Heard? 108 times. Maharaj, have you read? Oh, yes. Long back. At that time, there was no Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Levo. It was just out of their own interest there. Right? So there's one disease in ISKCON, that is devotees are not reading proper books. That's the root cause of many problems within the movement as well. Okay. Yeah. And despite knowing that human life is meant for self-realization, but people are eager to work hard to fill their stomach. Right? And is always threatened by unemployment. Very good. Okay. Any questions on this? So human life is not meant for working hard. That is asuric tendency. And devotee life is meant for serving Krishna. And by serving Krishna, all the necessities are fulfilled. Just serve Krishna.
Can we work? Sometimes I see more than 10 evening also work.
For sake of Krishna, we should do hard work. Yeah? All over tan, man, dhan, kayena vacha, manasendriya, buddhyatma, prakriti svabha. With all facilities, we should serve Krishna fully. Just like a person works hard for sense gratification, विषय विषय जे प्रीति हो को अक्षय अमर सही मत प्रीति हो को चरण कमर. What eagerness I have for doing material work, same intensity we should have for Krishna's work. And specifically, he says what attachment, what how much ever uh, attraction or love I have for sense gratification, let me get same intensity love for Krishna. Hard work has to be there, but not for physical maintenance. For pleasing Krishna, we should hard work. Right? And in the process, we get maintained also. Like you serve Krishna so much. From morning to evening, you do Mangalarti, you do Japa, you do Kirtan, you do Prasad. And Krishna maintains you. You keep preaching, Krishna maintains you. You don't have to do anything else. And you get Prasad, you get place to sleep, that's all. Right? You don't have to separately endure for maintaining your body. Okay. Yeah, next paragraph. Okay, on Zoom, I'll choose a devotee. Okay. Abhishek Prabhu. Abhishek Sarasija. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. We are given this human form of life not to work hard like asses, swine, and dogs, but to attain the highest perfection of life. If we do not care for self-realization, the laws of nature force us to work very hard, even though we may not want to do so. Human beings in this age have been forced to work hard like the asses and bullocks that pull carts. Some of the regions where the asuras are sent to work are revealed in this verse of Sri ISOPANISHAD. If a man fails to discharge his duties as a human being, he is forced to transmigrate to the Asurya planets and take birth in degraded species of life to work hard in ignorance and darkness.
Yeah, so Asurya Loka can mean actually hellish planets, or it can also mean degraded species, like a pig or a worm in the stool, or maybe a plant, like that, or a degraded species. Or he may literally go to Asurya Loka. Right? Have you read the 5th canto Bhagavatam? Hellish planets. Right? The 28 hellish planets described there. Tamishra, Andatamishra, Raurava, Andagopa, right? Maharaurava. So there is Asipatravana, whatever, like that. So horrible names are. And in each of these hellish planets, there is a terrible suffering awaiting these sinful souls. Okay, and in those planets, they are given a separate body called as Yatana Sharira, which gives a lot of pain, but they won't die. So they'll be able to tolerate the severe pain. So that kind of body is given, special body. And they are given reactions for the sinful activities. So those on more details, you can read the 5th canto, last chapter. Description of hellish planets. Okay. What is good?
Lord Krishna is loving us so much, and He is seeing us suffer like that for the reactions. All the one name of the Lord is Krishna. One of the reactions in this lifetime.
Yeah, but they're not chanting the name of the Lord. No? Even if after giving so many chances, that Jiva is not rectifying himself. Right? Krishna has given the holy name, Krishna has given the holy fame, yes, holy pastimes and holy acharyas, holy dhams. Despite all this, and holy books he has given. Even after reading that, they do sinful activities. So how to rectify them? भगवान ने तो पहले समझाया ठीक से, ये मत करो, ये पाप मत करो, समझाया ना. उसके बाद ग्रंथ भी दिया, उसके बाद भक्तों के भक्तों के मुंह से बुलवाया, माता पिता भी बोलते हैं ये मत करो, ये पाप मत करो, फिर भी if he willingly does sinful activities, then he needs rectification. Doesn't our mother and father love? Right? कितने लोगों ने मार खाया, जोर से मार खाया, रोना आया, आंसू आए, कितने आएंगे ना? तो प्रेम नहीं है क्या माता पिता? Love is there, but there is expressed as punishment. Sometimes Krishna kills also. He takes a Sudarshan Chakra and kills. He killed Ravana also. In Kurukshetra, he said, then nobody will remain. Devasthita pratyanigeshu yodha kalosmi loka kshayakrit pravrittah lokan samahastamiva pravrittah rite pitvam na bhavishanti sarve devasthita pratyanigeshu yodha. 11th chapter Gita Krishna says, I'm going to kill everyone. Whether you fight or not, these are going to be killed. If you like, you become a nimitta in my hand. Nimitta matram bhavasavyas. Next look at this number. Nimitta matram bhavasavyasāchi. Become an instrument in my hand. Yeah. When there is love, there is anger also.
They are suffering in this condition. Do they remember all these things after they take birth?
Yeah, they'll repent. My God, sorry, I did so much mistake. Please forgive me, forgive me. At jail में भी होता है ना, first degree, second degree, third degree treatment. Even in our jail, they give first degree treatment. चोरी किया कि नहीं? नहीं किया सर. हट हट हट. एविडेंस है, मानो. चोरी है कि नहीं? सर मैंने नहीं किया सर. ऐसे उल्टा टांग के फिर मारते थे. सर से मैंने इस समय पे किया, इस डेट पे किया, इसका घर में चोरी किया. तब छोड़ देते हैं. So that envy is deep rooted in the heart. The soul doesn't want to accept and made a mistake. And Krishna gives this punishment so that he somewhat turns towards him at one point or the other. So that's why they're called as asuras. They have got very, very envious mentality towards Krishna. Yes. Next. So you read, no? On Zoom, Abhishek read. You read Yashwant.
In the Bhagavad Gita 6.41 to 43, it is stated that a man who enters upon the path of self-realization does not complete the process despite having sincerely tried to realize his relationship with God, is given a chance to appear in a family of Suchi or Srimat. The word Suchi indicates a spiritually advanced Brahmana and Srimat indicates a Vaishya, a member of a mercantile community. So, the person who fails to achieve self-realization is given a better chance in his next life due to his sincere efforts in this life. If even a fallen candidate is given a chance to take birth in a responsible and noble family, one can hardly imagine the status of one who has achieved success. By simply attempting to realize God, one is guaranteed birth in a wealthy or aristocratic family.
See, by practicing spiritual life, even if unsuccessful, you will get good birth. Sujinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Prashto Vijayade. This is a guarantee. Krishna is giving this guarantee. Can our government give this guarantee? They will give guarantee. Okay, इस लाइफ में 1000 रुपए पर महीना दे देंगे. अगले जन्म में कितना देगा वो गारंटी नहीं दे सकता. कृष्ण अगले जन्म में भी मिलेगा. And you just obey the rules. Now follow dharma. Next life guarantee you will get Sujinam Srimatam. You don't have to work hard also. Just lead a pious life. Next life you'll be born in Amani or Birla or Tata or rich man. Srimadam. Or Suchinam. You may be born in a Brahmana family.
Guarantee that we practice.
There is no guarantee. Facilities, birth is guaranteed. Whether you take up seriously, intensely, or whether you fall down, that is not guaranteed. And guarantee is that you will get a good birth. That next birth will be immediately good. Like after this. Yeah, that's what Krishna says. प्राप्य पुण्य कृताम लोकान उषित्वा शाश्वती समा सुचनाम श्रीमताम के ही योग भ्रष्ट विजायते. So after you done that yoga ruruksho, a yogi at a preliminary stage of advancement, when he dies, he goes to heaven and enjoys in heaven. And when punya is over, he comes down to rich family or Brahman family. There is a guarantee. What about vice versa? Means if somebody is born in the family of Brahman or mercantile family, then he must be done pious activities in the past. It's sure that he has done. Yeah. That is how he is getting that piety. That is somebody born in such a family means he has done punya, by which by birth he is getting a golden spoon or silver spoon. It may not be bhakti. It may not be bhakti. It might be punya. Desire. Yeah, punya is there. Desire may be there, but punya is also there. Karma is there supporting that he has to be in a rich family. Practicing. And because he is born in a rich family, he has good facility to practice also. He doesn't have to work hard for family maintenance. Money is there. Right? Like, let us say there are two examples. Let us say one devotee, Krishna conscious devotee, he could not complete. And he also was born in the family of Brahmana or mercantile family. Yeah. And there is one person who is pious, then good. Family basically. And he was also born in the. Yeah. So in these cases, a person who was a devotee, born in a rich family, next life, there's good chance he will take up Krishna consciousness because their past samskaras are there. And there is chance that he may get distracted because of bad association also. But there's good chance he will continue his bhakti. But in second case, who has become rich because of his piety in the past life, only piety, he may use that piety to do sinful activities and misuse his father's money. And he may not take to Krishna consciousness because that past punya or sukruti is not there. Right? So, because they don't have their past samskaras, they may do more sinful activities, degrade further. He has punya and he has got good facility to know to practice, but he doesn't have the samskaras to practice. And those samskaras developed by some good association in the past. Yeah. Yes.
But those who do not even make an attempt, who want to be covered by illusion, and who are too materialistic and too attached to material enjoyment, must enter into the darkest regions of hell, as confirmed throughout the Vedic literature. Such materialistic asuras sometimes make a show of religion, but their ultimate aim is material prosperity. The Bhagavad Gita 16.17-18 rebukes such men by calling them Atma Sambhavit, meaning that they are considered great only on the strength of deception and are empowered by the oaths of the ignorant and by their own material wealth. Such asuras, devoid of self-realization and knowledge of Ishavasya, the Lord's universal proprietorship, are certain to enter into the darkest regions.
Yeah. Let's see the verse in Bhagavad Gita. Atma Sambhavita Stabdha. Okay, I will read that later. 16 point?
7.
See, kindly repeat. आत्मसंभाविता स्तब्धा
आत्मसंभाविता श्रद्धा
धनमानमदान्विताः यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम् self-complacent and always impudent, deluded by wealth and false prestige. They sometimes proudly perform sacrifices in name only, without following any rules and regulations. Right? See, some people nowadays do elaborate sacrifices, elaborate marriages. They spend crores and crores of rupees just for Atma Sambhavita, to show their wealth, false prestige, Damba, Mana, Madanvita. Right? What is here? Yeah, Dhanamana Madanvita. So they are proud of their wealth and they want to show, see so much wealth they have. Nowadays, I see some invitation cards, marriage invitation cards. Each invitation card is worth 500 rupees. They'll have some gold foil and some inside some nice photo. It's very costly. They make by Dhanaman Vadanvita to show, no?
It has become big show.
Big show of, no? Yeah. And I heard that one.
Largest industry.
Huh?
Fourth largest industry.
Fourth largest industry is marriage.
Yeah.
Achha. Yeah. Right. I heard that one politician got his daughter married. Spent crores of rupees, and marriage lasted only 1 month. Hare Krishna. So just a show. Yajante nama yajnaiste. Only for namesake they will do the yajna. Right? Nowadays before election, all politicians do show going to temple and Aarti, Puja, so just to get votes. वो सिर्फ वोट बनाने के लिए है बस. There's no devotion in it. To satisfy a particular community, they may go to visit their community and pray to that God and get the votes. After they'll not even look at that direction. Right? So Nama Yajnaste Dambhena Avidhi Purvakam, and they will not even follow the rules of worship also properly. So this is called asuras. Right? Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodham cha samshritaah mam atmaparadeheshu pradvishantobhyasuyakaah. Right? Here it says, bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust and anger, the demons become envious of the personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion. Right?
What's Adhika also is relevant.
Oh,
It's feeling in our episodes with maybe namesake. How do you feel? I am electrical.
yeah, bhakti also can be done namesake only. That's called as Rajasika Bhakti. Bhakti in the mode of passion. Right? For attracting name, fame, prestige, that's called Rajasika Bhakti. Tamasika Bhakti means a person does bhakti for, a person is doing bhakti, but he is troubling himself and is troubling others also. He is envious of others also. So that is Tamasika Bhakti. And he picks up quarrel for small issues between devotees. He is doing bhakti, but he is in Tamoguna. That's why he is not happy, and others also are not happy in his association. Kar, or there is some friction going on. So that is Tamasika Bhakti. A lot of dvesha in his heart. Then Rajasika Bhakti means he wants name, fame, and he works very hard for attaining name, fame. Then there is Sattvika Bhakti. Sattvika Bhakti means he does bhakti so that his heart gets purified. There's better consciousness that he's doing bhakti so that my heart will get purified. And Shuddha Bhakti. What is Shuddha Bhakti? Please Krishna. Right. So Madguna Shruti Matrena Mahi Sarva Guhashe Manogati Ravichinna Yatha Ganga Vasambudho Lakshanam Bhakti Yogasya Nirgunasya Udahrataha. So this is third canto Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, 28th chapter, I guess. So there, Kapila Muni is telling these three kinds of bhakti. So if you want more details, you can refer this section. I'll just tell you the verse number. Okay, 3:29:11. 3:29:11 and 12 talk about Shuddha Bhakti. Okay. They talk about Shuddha Bhakti. Okay. 3:29:8 talks about Tamasika Bhakti. Abhisandhaya yohimsam dambham matsaryamev va samrambhebhinna tridbhavam mahi kuryatsa tamasika bhakti. Because there is, he is little violent, he is proud, he is envious. Samrambhebhinna tridbhavam, right? Sambram is angry, and Bhinnadrik, he is separatist mentality. ये हमारे उनके, he has a separatist mentality. Right? So that is called tamasa bhakti. Then Vishayan Abhisandhaya Yasha Aishwaryameva Archara Archayet Yoma Pratak Bhavasa Rajasa. So ninth verse talks about Rajasika Bhakti. Yasha Aishwaryam and Vishayan. He wants sense gratification, he wants fame, and he wants wealth. Archadav Archayet Yoma, and he worships the Lord with this mood, these desires. Pratak Bhavasa Rajasa. 10th verse talks about Satvika Bhakti. Karma Nirharam Uddishya, I want to destroy my karmas. Parasmin va tadarpanam yajed yashtavyam iti va pratak bhavasa satvika. So he wants to destroy his sinful reactions, karmic reactions. Parasmin va tadarpanam. When a devotee worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offers the results of his activities in order to free himself from the inebrities of fruitive activities, his devotion is in mode of goodness. Okay, so we should do at least mode of goodness bhakti, not rajasika or tamasika bhakti. Okay. So asuras, no, here I'm talking about, Kapil Muni talks about devotion to Krishna only. They are worshipping Krishna. And that also is Satguna, Rajguna, Tamaguna. The categories are there. Here Krishna, 16th chapter Gita is talking about non-devotees, asuras. They may be worshipping some demigods also, but they will do it avidhi purvakam, by their own concoction. Right? They're not worshipping Krishna, surely. That's why they're called asuras. But what I just told now is about devotees categories. They're still better than asuras. So Krishna in the same chapter he says, I am so frustrated with these people. Kshipami, Ajasram, Ashubhan, Asurishu, Eva Yonishu, he says. Have you heard that verse? Krishna says, Asurim, Yonan, Yonimapanna, Mudha, Janmani. Again, life after life, they'll be born in this Asura Kula. And they'll suffer eternally, like that he says. Yeah, next look only. 16.18 हो गया ना, 19 में बोलते तानहम द्विशत क्रूरान संसारेषु नराधमान क्षिपामि ajasram ashubhan asurisha yonishu. I'll throw them into the asura yoni. Kshipami Adasram Ashubham. Then Asurim Yonim Apanna Mudha Janmani Janmani Mam Aprapyeva Kaunteya Tato Yanti Adham Gatim. They go further down and down and down. Adham Gatim. So, yeah. These verses may appear very cruel, like Aristotle was saying. It looks like Abrahamic philosophy. Eternally condemned to hell. If you don't accept Jesus, you go eternally to hell. That's what they say. Devotees, Krishnas are doing, if you don't accept me, Tvanam Dushata Kruran Samsaresh Naradam Kshipam Yazasam Ashubham Nasarshu Yonishu. So it appears like that only, but it's not that eternally he'll stay in hell. It indicates Krishna's frustration. इतना chance दिया मैंने तुमको फिर भी नहीं आता है. So frustrated. जा नरक में जाओ. It expresses, it indicates the emotion of Krishna, that he wants them to come back, but they are not taking the chances seriously. But it's not that eternally they're condemned to hell, they are given chances there also. Yamaraj is pure devotee, na? So in Yamalok also they'll get association of Yamaraj, and there may be some transformation, right? Okay.
Like to think that we not even chant once is very difficult. Because it is told Ra एक जगह से ना एक जगह से ऐसे भी chanting किए तो benefit मिलता है. So somewhere they would have chanted at least in India.
Yeah, maybe in India, but outside. China में कौन सुनेगा कृष्ण महाराज? They eat all kinds of things. Only because now we have ISKCON all over the world, people are getting chance to hear about Krishna. So maybe नरक का traffic कम हो गया. And by Prabhupada's mercy, traffic to Naraka must have reduced. And traffic to spiritual world must have increased, because many people are now practicing Krishna consciousness. Because even in the most remote part of the world, people are hearing Krishna. Right? 50 years back, how many people heard about Krishna? Only in the tract of Bharatavarsha, in India, people must have heard about Krishna. Yeah, Raja Mahishi. Yeah. So that is to indicate the glory of the holy name, that even if you indirectly or partly chant, still it has benefit. What kind of benefit? You may have good punya or you may get. But Eka Krishna Nama Kare Sarva Papakshay. But one pure holy name can destroy all your sinful reactions. Right? One pure holy name can destroy that. Ajamil was also chanting, he was getting some punya. Narayana, bring water. Narayana, sit here. Narayana, bring food. Narayana, come do the service. He's calling Narayana. But when he called helplessly, all sins were destroyed. Till then, sinful reactions were there. When he chanted, Narayana, help! Helplessly chanted Narayana. That time, all this sinful quota was destroyed. Yamaduta said, come with the arrest warrant. With all the case studies and everything. So, but then Vishwas came and said, he chanted name of Narayana helplessly. And all that is invalid now. Arrest warrant is cancelled. He has to be released. Right? Yes. So the conclusion is that as human beings, we are meant not simply for solving economic problems on a tottering platform, but for solving all the problems of material life into which we have been placed by the laws of nature. Yeah. See, even the governments also, instead of trying to solve the spiritual problems, they try to solve material economic problems. It can never be solved. On a material platform, we cannot solve these problems. We have to come to spiritual platform And all these problems can be solved. So when a new government comes, they should make a 5-year plan how to make the world Krishna conscious. That should be the 5-year plans. Not that I'll increase the GDP to 6%, I'll increase employment rate, make more assets, work hard. Right? So they should make a plan how to increase Sankirtan, how to increase the quality of the service in the temples, how to increase Vedic education, Bhagavad education. That should be the 5-year plan. That should be part of the 5-year plan, along with other things. Right? So, but atheistic government, when it comes, it removes all the spiritual components from the governance. And when Anga Maharaj was ruling, everything was good. As soon as Veda came to power, all the temples worship was stopped. All pujas were stopped. All yajnas were stopped. All chanting was stopped. No public chanting of Krishna's name. Only chanting of Vena, Om Vena, Vena, and that's all. Isn't it? So when the atheistic government will come, it will be a tough time to chant. So if there is pious government, then there is freedom to chant and preach Krishna consciousness. Okay, any questions from devotees on Zoom? Before we go to 4th verse? Okay, so there are no questions.
This last paragraph is in temple also sometimes maybe some problem is there. Some machinery or some problems. So should we there is my economic problem is so should we keep on solving that? Should we focus more on that?
So when it comes to Krishna's resources, all resources is used for Krishna service. And it is helping in preaching. It can be a generator in the temple, because when the power goes off, you need generator to run the sound system. You need it to run the projector so preaching can go on, or Aarti or Kirtan, you need it. So if something goes wrong with the generator, it's a duty to rectify it so that Krishna's service can go on uninterrupted. So there is spiritual service. Then we use the generator in the theater also, so that the movie watching can go on uninterrupted. It's there, but that is sense rectification. By repairing the generator in temple, you go back home back to God. By repairing the generator in the movie theater, one does sinful activities. It's materialistic. One gets born. Right? One devotee was in charge of building Vrindavan Krishna Balram temple. He said, Prabhupada, I'm so busy, I'm not able to get time for chanting rounds. I have to count cement bags when it comes, and whole days going and counting cement bags. Don't worry, that is also Krishna service. By counting cement bags, we'll go back home back to God. And if the Acharya is telling you, okay, do that. Keep your chanting and count cement bags. Isn't it? So Prabhupada saw the services equally. Yes, Prabhu, Ganesh Prabhu.
Nandot Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. That clarifies many of the questions. So one question that typically comes in when we discuss with devotees outside, even outside world, that for us when we talk about devotional service, we talk about Navavida Bhakti, the 9 forms in which we serve Lord in temple, at home, everywhere. But Lord Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Mamanusmara Yuddhacha. So does that qualify as devotional service? Because say if someone is assigned a duty because of providence because of the arrangement of Lord. Everyone is given different duty and different aspect of how he can serve Lord through different means. Does that say if a person is able to remember Lord and is able to do his duty, whatever duty is assigned? For example, someone is working in a forest, or so he's not able to associate with the devotees. Some people are foresters and all. They are not able to come to the temples on a regular basis, but they do their job with full faith and full dedication. The only element that they not necessarily have to add is that they have to know that they are doing it for the sake of Krishna and they have to remember Krishna. Does
Yeah.
that qualify as a devotional service
Yeah.
out of the entire purport that we spoke about?
Yeah. Because Arjuna also did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Arjuna also
So
didn't
if that
carry
is
field
so,
bag. He
if
didn't
someone
carry
is
field
doing,
bag in that warfare. He was carrying bow and arrow. He was counting the arrows. But he was
this is
following the
true.
principle of Mahamanusmara Yudhyachara.
Correct. Correct. So if that is the case, like I was talking about people who are like foresters now, like they have to work day and night. Some of my friends I know they are working in shifts and different government organizations and all. Sometimes they overwork. Uh, does it also qualify, like Prabhupada said, for example, if someone is busy counting cement bags, and that also is devotional service because he's doing in the mood that he is doing it for Lord. If someone has that mood, does that uh, should that be called as over endeavor or should that be called as devotional service only? Only thing I'm just trying to understand, should we
Yeah.
tell them that you just have to change your mood and keep doing what you are doing? Or
Yeah.
should we tell them that you have to add an element of devotional service, which is part of Navavida Bhakti?
Yeah. Correct. So a very good question. This is what is bhakti, what is not bhakti. So here for the devotee like Arjuna, he's constantly remembering Krishna. He's a devotee of Krishna, and he's told you fight Mahamanusmara Yudhyachara. So he wanted to leave fighting and go to the forest and chant. He wanted to sadhana bhakti, but Krishna's will was fight. Tasmat tam uttishta yasho labhasa. I get up, Arjuna fight. And here the will of Krishna was that he should fight. And Krishna also told how to fight. Mahamanusmara Yudhyachara. Remember me and fight. For my sake you fight. So then he fought. So because that is the instruction from Krishna, that is devotional, pure devotional service. In case here, Srila Prabhupada told you count cement bags. That is pure devotional service. So that is what Acharya's desire is, that temple should come up. And that devotee, Surabhi Prabhu, he did wonderful service, made the temple in Vrindavan. So Prabhupada will remember him for a long time because he did that service, he did that sacrifice. And it's not that he was not interested in chanting. He wanted to chant, but the situation demanded that he has to do that service. In fact, Ayendra Prabhu, Kirtan King, Prabhupada told you should do non-stop Kirtan. He had 24 hours Kirtan you should do. And Prabhupada instructed him, but Ayendra Prabhu could not start that. But later on, in 1986, he started, 24 hours Kirtan. Anything you start initially, it's difficult, challenging. You allocate a person for the slot, then he doesn't come, then who has to sit? You only have to sit. Sometimes 8 hours, 10 hours Kirtan Mahaprabhu is doing alone, whole night sometimes. And there were days when many days he could not finish his round. He was doing Kirtan, but he could not finish his, he was counting. Okay, 100 rounds pending, 120 rounds pending, because that service was there. But later he did 64 rounds and completed many of the rounds that were pending. But that service demanded, and Prabhupada told him, so he did it. It's like that. So, but in general, we have to follow, 16 rounds every day without fail. We have to try to make all adjustment as far as possible so that we can do our sadhana, prescribed sadhana, which is the highest priority, right? Okay. But in case one day one is not able to do because of heavy service, then okay, but then next day can do. I remember in NVCC temple opening, or 1 week of intense service. So many things then, whole night service also. I think compared to that, our ICC opening was very cool, very easy. But there, NVCC opening 10,000 people coming and very hectic. There's so many devotees, some are chanting in midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Some had pending, so they just completed next year. Because practically may not be possible, right? With all that heavy load of services, right? So in that case, it is considered devotional service only, because that is the need, then it is the instruction given that one should take care of devotees, visiting guests. Some devotees come from 1,000 kilometers away and coming there. We can't say, my roads are pending, please wait. We can't say that. You have to take care of all the devotees, isn't it? So that takes the priority at that time. Yes, Ganesh Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Ashish Prabhu is raising his
Yeah,
hand.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I have one question. You were telling about like if we perform these bhakti process nicely, so Krishna says that you'll get into a good families in next birth and so. Prabhu, my question is it something that we were already there in like Krishna's lok and we fall down from there and now we are again trying to reach there, or is it like the point that like we existed, we never been there and we're just trying to reach there, and once we are there we'll not come down. So my question is basically is it like that we have never achieved that so far, or is it that we again in between we fall down and we are now trying again?
What does Prabhupada say about this? Srila Prabhupada says we were there in association of Krishna and we rebelled. Now we developed envy and desire to be separate from Krishna. That's how we have come here. And it is natural for the soul to love Krishna because we are servants of Krishna. Now we have to cultivate that love again and go back to Krishna. That's how simple Srila Prabhupada explained this concept. And we were there. So because we were with Krishna, we have that hankering for Krishna. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhyaka Gunai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karayeda. Right? So that love for Krishna is natural in the heart of the soul. By Shravana Kirtan, it is awakened. If it is not there only, then how can you awaken it? It is there, so it has to be awakened by Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta. Prabhupada says that a person sometimes gets into amnesia. Amnesia means memory loss. He gets hit in an accident in the head and he forgets everything. And he opens his eyes in the hospital. मैं कौन हूँ? तुम कौन है? तुम कौन है? मैं तेरे बाप हूँ, मैं तेरे माँ हूँ. But he doesn't recognize anyone. But slowly, when he becomes familiar with them over a period of time, then he will start recognizing. Similarly, we are in a state of spiritual amnesia. We are not able to recognize Krishna as our Father, our Lord. We have forgotten our spiritual abode. Then we have made relationship here in this material world. But by hearing about Krishna, chanting Krishna's names, we revive our lost memory of Krishna and we go back to Krishna. So these are some things which Srila Prabhupada has explained.
Thank you.
Prabhupada explains, Nityavadha means we have been bound for a long time. There is a long time, it appears like eternity. Nitya. Nityavadha means that we have been here since so long time. And another word is Anadi. That the soul has been here since time immemorial, Anadi. Right? Anadi means beginningless, but Anadi means we don't know the beginning. That also is another thing. We don't know when that beginning was. Anadi. So we have come here at one point of time, but we don't know when we came here. So Anadi. Right? So this was a big debate in ISKCON at one point of time. Jiva Holdum. Even now. So we take the version of Srila Prabhupada, very simple. That's all. Many people have different opinions, but we should take the Acharya's opinion. What he had. When Prabhupada was asked this question, he simply said, "Don't argue. Don't ask when did you fall into the well. Yes, somebody is giving a rope, catch and come out. That's all." There is an endless debate. And none of the acharyas have spoken on this. When did you fall down? How did you fall down? So that topic which acharyas have not discussed, we don't have any adhikar to discuss also. But if acharyas have described something, discuss something, then you can comment on it. But something which acharyas don't speak of, shastras don't speak of, then how can you speak of it? You don't have any adhikar on it. But shastra says, "Ichha dvesha samuttena bandhumotena bharata." Right? Sarvbhutani samoham sargyanti bharata. There is some ichha to desire, a desire to enjoy separately from Krishna. That's why we came here. Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter says, "Ichha dvesha samuttena." Okay, Ashish Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll go ahead.
Yeah.
So,
Prabhuji, sorry, just to add
Okay.
one more point. That's a very nice discussion. But just a point, Prabhu. I think 2 weeks back I was discussing with one devotee, and then he mentioned that there was one very nice devotee who was, quite dedicatedly doing his service, and over a period of time he moved out, and he is right now following some Rudra method and methodologies. And all. I was trying to understand one concept, Prabhuji, that all spiritual worlds coexisted at any point of time, right? So including Goloka, Vrindavan, and everything, all Vaikunthas. So does that also mean that Shivaloka also had its souls, and the souls which fell down from Shivaloka will have affinity towards Lord Shiva? I just want to understand that, because I'm just trying to understand how can someone move away and get attracted to a different form of Lord, or different demigod. There can be some samskara from Purva Janma which is carrying them there. Otherwise, it is not that easy that someone gets attracted. Is it that someone can also fall down from Shivaloka, because that also existed always eternally, and that means that he will have affinity. Certain point of time, he will have affinity towards Lord Shiva, and he will go towards that. And do we really call that wrong? That's the question.
There is one planet in Vaikuntha Loka which is called as Sadashiva Loka.
Yes,
Okay.
bro. Yeah.
So Sadashiva Loka is non different than Vaikuntha only. It's part of Vaikuntha. So, and that Sadashiva is Vishnu only. He is not Rudra. Okay. So somebody has
Okay, bro.
affinity for that form of Sadashiva, he may go to Sadashiva Loka. Okay. But if somebody has affinity to a demigod like Ganesha or Kartikeya or even Rudra, then he will not go to spiritual world. He may go somewhere in the material planets only. To the Yanti Deva Vrata Deva, Pitrnyanti, Pitrvata, Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja, Yanti Madhyajanopiman. So that sloka is applicable for your case, what you are telling in this case.
Yeah.
So maybe he was practicing Krishna consciousness, but maybe there's some doubt or lack of faith or bad association. Bad association in the sense of non-devotee association. He must have got, and he got carried away by that. Or he did not get higher taste in bhakti and he made some offenses, so he got demoted. Now, offenses are also very dangerous. And you hear of we have many stories of devotees at very high stage of bhakti also falling down because of offenses. Right? There was one Babaji in Radhakan. It comes in Chaitanya Leela. Right? So he committed offense towards one Mataji, who was a very great Vaishnavi. And she was sitting in the class, but she was so absorbed in chanting. Her lips used to automatically chant. I think Krishna Priya Thakurani. I forgot the devotee's name. So her lips were constantly chanting, naturally chanting Hare Krishna. But he was giving class and he got offended. Hey, why are you chanting in class? You should keep your beard back up. Stop chanting. She said, sorry, sorry, sorry. Actually, I can't stop my lips from chanting, naturally chanting. I can't stop it. I'm helpless. But I am hearing everything attentively. But he got offended and he offended her. He felt offended and then he offended her. And as a result of that, although he was a great scholar, great speaker of Bhagavatam, he lost all his luster, he lost his knowledge, and he lost his respect. Then he was sent away from Radhakan. He came to Odisha, his hometown. Then he contracted leprosy. Then he died, he became a ghost also. The power of offense is the power of offense. So if somebody offends Vaishnava, then he may become a demigod worshipper. Or he may become a sun gratifier also. It's possible. Because I don't know what happened with the case you were mentioning about. Okay.
I also don't know, Prabhu. Someone
Yeah.
told me that there was one duty. So I was just trying
Generally,
to understand how that can happen.
generally it
So,
will be offense. Generally it will be due to offense.
hmm.
Right? Because of offense, he will not get higher taste, and if he doesn't get higher taste, he will go away. Because how long can he continue artificially being a devotee? Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So mantra 4 talks about why asuras cannot understand Krishna, because you cannot catch Krishna by your material endeavors. Okay. अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयो
अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयो
नैनद्देवा आप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्श
नैनद्देवाप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्श
तद्धावतोऽन्यानत्येति तिष्ठन्
तद्धावतोऽन्यान्तेति तिष्ठन्
तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा ददाति
तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा ददाति
अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयो
अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयो
नैनद्देवा आप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्श
नैनद्देवाप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्श
तद्धावतोऽन्यानत्येति तिष्ठन्
तद्धावतोऽन्यान्तेति तिष्ठन्
तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा ददाति
तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा ददाति
No. Translation. So on Zoom, Arunambar Gurangapu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandatana.
Hare
Although fixed in his abode, the personality of Godhead is swifter than the mind and can overcome all others running. The powerful demigods cannot approach him. Although in one place he controls those who supply the air and rain, he surpasses all in excellence.
So this verse explains why such people are unable to understand the Lord's position. He is beyond material calculations and is thus known only when he reveals himself. Okay, Lord can be known only when he reveals himself to us. On our own, we cannot understand Krishna. Even Devatas cannot understand Krishna. He is beyond the reach of the Devatas also. He is more swifter than the Devatas, swifter than the wind also. That is Krishna. Okay, so let's go through the purport. Yes, please continue. Arunambar.
Hare Krishna. Through mental speculation, even the greatest philosopher cannot know the Supreme Lord, who is the absolute personality of Godhead. He can be known only by his devotees through his mercy. In the Brahma Samhita 5.34, it is stated that even if a non-devotee philosopher travels through space at the speed of the wind or the mind for hundreds of millions of years, he will still find that the absolute truth is far, far away from him. The Brahma Samhita 5.37 further describes that the absolute personality of Godhead has his transcendental abode known as Goloka, where he remains and engages in his pastimes. Yet, by his inconceivable potencies, he can simultaneously reach every part of his creative energy. In the Vishnu Purana, his potencies are compared to the heat and light that emanate from a fire. Although situated in one place, a fire can distribute its light and heat for some distance. Similarly, the absolute personality of Godhead, although fixed in his transcendental abode, can diffuse his different energies everywhere.
Yeah. What is the verse in Brahma Samhita? What is the verse in Brahma? Avichintya Tattve. Brahma Samhita says that even if you travel at the speed of mind, we cannot reach Krishna. Pantastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo vayo rathapi manaso mani munivana sopyasti yat prapadasiimnya vichintya tatre govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Right? Panthaha, the path, right? Koti shatavatsara, right? Hundreds of crores of years. Sampragamya vayo rathapi manaso munipungavana. Munipungavana is the best of the munis. They travel long distance at the speed of mind or wind. So api asti yat prapadasimi avichintya tattve. Krishna remains unaware, or they remain unaware about Krishna. They can't catch Krishna. I worship Govinda, the primary Lord. Only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration. This Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. Betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who are trying to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane, extending over thousands or millions of years. So even by endeavor of yogis and jnanis, Krishna remains unknown to them. So, but how can he be known? Advaitam Achyutamanaadimanam Sarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovam Sha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. For devotees, he is revealed as Shamasundaram, Yam Shamasundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Aham Bhajami. So Krishna can be known to a devotee, not to a jnani or yogi. Right? So even devatas, those who are not pure devotees, they cannot attain Krishna. And they are bewildered by Krishna's power. Can you give some examples how devatas are bewildered by Krishna's power? Indra, then Brahma. Only two of them. When he captured Nanda Maharaj.
But he wanted to see Krishna, that's why he don't feel them.
No, that is Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu took the son of Brahmana. And Krishna went to see him. Varuna by mistake it took. Because Nanda Maharaj went early morning. Before Brahma Murta, he went to take bath. So Varuna became upset. He caught him. Later, he came to know he is Krishna's father. So he left him.
Maybe something
That's right.
he wanted
He wanted to see Krishna.
He wanted to see Krishna.
I wanted to
So in Krishna book it is there? Okay. Maybe you can give me the reference. But in Bhagavatam, this Mahavishnu captured the son of Brahmana so that he can see Krishna.
Shiva.
Mohini Murti bewildered Shiva. Right? So
That was
yeah, but she was bewildered. He was bewildered. We are seeing from that angle, not from the other angle. Because pure devotees may become bewildered by Yoga Maya, but we get bewildered by Mahamaya. There's only difference, but both are bewildered. Right?
Parvati,
Parvati?
crying in the forest.
Parvati, yes. Parvati once he saw Lord Ram crying like a husband who lost his wife. So he says, "Shiva, we should help him. He's crying, crying." So then, no, it's his Leela. And Parvati took the form of Sita Devi and came down. And Ram asked, Sita, Parvati, what are you doing alone in the forest? You should not be alone. So Ram recognized her to be Parvati, not Sita. Then she understood, Prabhu, sorry, I came to test you. Made a mistake. नमे विदुस्सुरगणा प्रभवं न महर्षयः अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वशः. So Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, Krishna says in the beginning, he says, Name viduhu suragana, even devatas don't know me. Prabhavam na maharshaya. And even the great rishis also don't know me. Saptarishi also don't know me. Right? Aham adirhi devana. I am the origin of all the devatas. This way, Bhagavad Gita also Krishna talks about this. Okay. And Bhagavatam first look also talks about this, no? Muhyanti yat suraya. Even demigods get bewildered by Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? Muhyanti yat suraya. Of course, that sloka has got 5 meanings. So one of the meanings is demigods also get bewildered by Krishna's power. It also means that even Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda get bewildered by Yogamaya Shakti. They consider Krishna to be their child. So, like the different meanings are given by Acharyas for that first sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, into Bhakti Vaibhava, we can study that. 5 meanings of Janmadhyasya verse. Same sloka, but one standard meaning Prabhupada writes in the purport. But Srila Vishwanath Thakur gives 5 different meanings. That indicates Krishna's Vrindavan Lila. That indicates Krishna, Radharani's love for Krishna. First sloka mein Radharani aa jati hai. If you have to see from one point of view. It indicates Vasudeva taking Krishna and Anvaya, Dhritarashtra, Shabhigna, exchanging with the girl and bringing the girl back. Wo bhi Leela hai also. One meaning is that also. That's why Vishwanath Chakravarti is a Rasikacharya. So Prabhupada, while writing Gita commentary, he referred to Baldev Vidyabhushan. And for writing Bhagavatam commentary, mostly he referred to Vishwanath Chakravarti and sometimes Sridhar Swami and other acharyas. But mostly Vishwanath Chakravarti. And you'll be surprised to know that this ISOPANISHAD was written in 1950s, before Prabhupada went to America. It was originally published as back-to-back articles. One shloka, one episode, it was published. So later Prabhupada, they compiled it. It's a very old book. Yes. Okay. Vitish Guru can read next paragraph.
Although these energies are innumerable, they can be divided into 3 principal categories: the internal potency, the marginal potency, and the external potency. There are hundreds and millions of subheadings to each of these categories. The dominating demigods who are empowered to control and administer such natural phenomena as air, light, and rain are all classified within the marginal potency of the absolute person. Lesser living beings, including humans, also belong to the Lord's marginal potency. The material world is the creation of Lord's external potency, and the spiritual world, spiritual sky, where the kingdom of God is situated, is the manifestation of his internal potency.
Yeah, so energies of Krishna are being described. Antaranga, Bahiranga, Tatastha Shakti. Okay, on Zoom, somebody can read next paragraph. I'll select some Mataji to read. Janva Supriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thus, the different energies of the Lord are present everywhere. Although the Lord and his energies are non-different, one should not mistake these energies for the supreme truth. Nor should one wrongly consider that the Supreme Lord is distributed everywhere impersonally, or that he loses his personal existence. Men are accustomed to reaching conclusions according to their capacity for understanding. But the Supreme Lord is not subject to our limited capacity for understanding. It is for this reason that the Upanishads warn us that no one can approach the Lord by his own limited potency. Next, in the Bhagavad Gita 10.2.
Wait, somebody else can read that. So here, Lord has unlimited energies. And there's one word here in this shloka called Tishthan. He's staying in one place. Lord is staying in one place, but his energies are distributed throughout the world. Right? Atyeti Tishthan Tasmin Apo Matareshva Dadati, and he controls the devatas of wind and rain. Right? So that's his power. Krishna doesn't have to go everywhere to control. Like sometimes the CM or PM has to go to all different places and seek castle to manage. But Krishna doesn't have to do that. His energies are sufficient, powerful. He can manage everything. But Krishna still comes to exchange love, to meet devotees, to reciprocate with them, to receive their service. He comes. That's the main purpose of Krishna coming to this world, not to manage. Management is anyway happening through his energies. But he comes to receive the service and exchange love with the devotees. Right? Paritrana sadhana, vinashesh dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya. All that is external reasons. Bahya karanya. Because those things can be achieved through his energies and his devotees also. But Krishna himself comes to this planet to exchange love with his devotees. Bhajate tadrashi krida yashrutva tatparo bhavet. 10th canto, the Ras Panchayat section. This meaning is given by Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Right? Krishna comes to this world to exchange love with his devotees, not for any other purpose. Other purposes are external reasons. This is the main internal reason for me. Okay. So what is that word? Internal reason is? Do you know that verse? You can note on this verse. 10:33-36. The chapter is Rasa Dance. The last section of this chapter. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusham deham astitah bhajate tadrishi krida yashrutva tatparo bhavet. Is the main reason for Krishna coming. When Lord assumes human-like body to show mercy to his devotees, he engages in such pastimes as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated to him. Srila Jiva Goswami explains in this connection that when Lord Krishna descends to this world in his original planet form, out of kindness, he manifests that form in a way his devotees conditioned in human society can perceive and understand. So he comes to do such pastimes by which we get attracted to him and we get desire to go back to him. So that's the main reason. Okay.
We wanted to have that understanding that for the local desires and all, he has expanded as Paramatma. But when we say that he is making any devotee as an instrument, who is responsible? Krishna himself sitting in that holy dimension or something, or that Paramatma.
In that case, both are one only. For devotee, Paramatma, Bhagavan is one only because they are not different for him. Because Krishna only expanded as Paramatma. And Krishna is inspiring him. So Paramatma is inspiring him, Krishna is only inspiring him. We don't see any difference. It's not that Paramatma says something and Krishna says something else. It's one only. Right? So for pure devotee, whichever rasa is, whichever form of the Lord, yadyad dhyat urgai vibhaviyanti tattat bapu pranayase sadanugrahaya. To whatever form of the Lord he is attracted to, Krishna manifests in that form and reveals to him in that form only. In the form which is attracted. Okay, so Krishna can appear to him in the form which he likes to worship him and receive, and give instruction to him in that form only. Like for Prahlad, Lord came as Narasimhadeva. For different devotees, Lord comes in different forms. So that form reciprocates with the devotee. You and me may not know what that form is, but that devotee has connection to that particular form, and Lord will appear in that form only. Yadyadhyat urgai vibhaviyanti tattat babu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Third canto Bhagavatam. This is told.
I was just seeing in the perspective of our lifespan, in the perspective of the Lord's, even if we compare with the demigods, with the Brahma, it's such a children. But for him, even more dimensions will be there for the time. So it's very.
It's a dimensionless place. There's no dimension there in spiritual world. No time. There's a different place. In material world, we have concept of 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D. But in spiritual world, there is not there. It is spiritual dimension, totally different calculation. So Lord is here as Paramatma, but Paramatma is also an expansion of Krishna only. But Paramatma's feature is what? Upadrishta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara. This is a function. He will just guide, he will observe, he will inspire, he will sanction. But if you want to reciprocate exchange law, then Paramatma will not do that. Whichever form you are attracted to, form in that spiritual world, eternal spiritual form, Krishna, Ramachandra, they are Leela avatars. They do Leela. Okay. So to perform pastimes, Leela avatars. Paramatma comes for a different specific purpose.
Paramatma and Shivasan is not same.
Same.
But then Shivasan, Vishnu and atom doesn't do Bhakti.
But he maintains it. He is maintaining the atom. He is holding the atom in place. Andhantarastha, Pramana Chirantarastha. He is there in atom also, holding it. Otherwise, the atom cannot hold itself properly. Right? Atom has got so much power. Electron is going round and round, saying electron, कहाँ से आ रहा power उसको? Just like our heart is beating for 60, 70 years non-stop. From where that electron is getting the power to go round and round and round and yes, electronic engineers. Who is giving that energy? Who is powering the atom? Hare Krishna, welcome. Okay. Yeah. Can you read the next paragraph? In the Bhagavad Gita.
In the Bhagavad Gita 10.2, the Lord says that not even the great rishis and suras can know him, nor what to speak of the asuras, for whom there is no question of understanding the ways of the Lord. This fourth mantra of Sri ISOPANISHAD very clearly suggests that the absolute truth is ultimately the absolute person. Otherwise, there would have been no need to mention so many details in support of his personal features.
Yeah, see, in this ISOPANISHAD, many more details will come, especially in the 8th sloka. Many more details about personality of God is given here. So Lord is said that he's standing. Atyatitishtan, standing in one place means what? He should be a person, right? If he's standing, running. Anejadekam manasojaviyo nanidevapu. Apnunkur Devadas are running actually. Running Devadas cannot catch standing Krishna. Right? Which is a pastime where running demon cannot catch walking Krishna? Kalevana, right? Kalevana was running behind Krishna and Krishna is walking. And Kalevana thought, just one more step I'll catch Krishna. But Krishna was always 1 inch away. Right? So then Krishna entered into the gufa of Muchukunda and he hid himself. And Kalevana came and started searching. And he saw somebody sleeping. Krishna dark is ho gaya. He kicked him. Muchukunda opened his eyes. Who is that? With his eyes, he burnt him. Kalevana was killed. So that's the power of Lord. So that even if Lord is walking, you cannot catch him. Baby Krishna is running. Ma Yashoda is not able to catch. Right? But when he agreed, he got caught. So Lord can be achieved by his will, not by our endeavor. Okay. So next devotee can read. Yes, Kokila Mataji. Kokila Mataji is there. Pavan Prithvi. Pavan room.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Can you read this paragraph?
Although the individual parts and parcels of the Lord's potencies have all the symptoms of the Lord himself, they have limited spheres of activity and are therefore all limited. The parts and parcels are never equal to the whole. Therefore, they cannot appreciate the Lord's full potency. Under the influence of material nature, foolish and ignorant living beings who are but parts and parcels of the Lord try to conjecture about the Lord's transcendental position. Sri Ishopanishad warns of the futility of trying to establish the identity of the Lord through mental speculation. One should try to learn of the transcendence from the Lord himself, the supreme source of the Vedas, for the Lord alone has the full knowledge of the transcendence.
Yeah. So Coop Manduk story is also interesting. There was a well and there was a frog. And another frog came from Pacific Ocean. तुम कहाँ से आए हो? पैसिफिक ओशन। क्या है वो भी बहुत बड़ा पानी का जगह है। कितना बड़ा है? मेरे कुएं की तरह? नहीं, बहुत बड़ा है। डबल ट्रिपल? कितना बड़ा है? तो स्टार्ट ब्लोइंग हिमसेल्फ, then he died. So with our mind we cannot understand things which we don't have any experience of. So we have to just accept by Shabda Praman. So here also we should accept the personality of Krishna by Shabda Praman. We can't speculate on the personality of Krishna. We have to accept whatever Shastra said, we have to accept it. And what is Shastra? Word of Krishna. Right? Shastra is word of Krishna, and through Shastra we can understand Krishna. So Krishna is called Shastra Yonitva. So Lord can be understood through Shastra. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
See, can I ask a question here?
Yes.
So here, when we say the living entities are parts and parcels, cannot understand the full potency of the Lord, and then Prabhupada writes that in the conditioned state mainly. But I wanted to understand in the liberated platform, Sachidananda, the quality of the Jivatma, in that state, is the Jivatma fully cognizant of the Lord's potencies? And just wanted to know
In whatever state the jiva is, conditioned or liberated stage, he can understand Krishna to the extent Krishna reveals him. Right? So even Ananta Shesha is trying to glorify Krishna since eternity with his unlimited modes. Still he could not complete the glorification. So what to speak of ordinary jivas? So we can never fully understand Krishna, because by the time we have understood Krishna, then Krishna's glories have increased. He is unlimited. He is not limited. He is always expanding. So we can never fully understand Krishna. Even Krishna himself cannot fully understand himself. Acharya said that Krishna himself cannot understand himself. Right? Krishna himself could not understand his qualities. Right? But that Radha Krishna Pranay Bhakti Lalvi Shakti Nasmadik. Noted. Radha Krishna Pranaya Mahima Kidrishova Naiva. So that verse is that what qualities I have that Radharani is so much attracted to me. I want to understand those qualities. That's why I'll take the position of Srimati Radharani. That's one reason why Chaitanya. There's three internal reasons for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's coming. One is to release the position of Srimati Radharani. One is to understand his own qualities by becoming Srimati Radharani. Another is to understand the bhava or the happiness which she experiences in my service. So this is something which Krishna himself can't understand. So how can jivas understand? Yes, so to the degree Krishna reveals, to that degree we can understand.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yes, next paragraph. Can you read?
Every part and parcel of the complete whole is endowed with some particular energy to act according to the Lord's will. When the part and parcel living entity forgets his particular activities under the Lord's will, he is considered to be in Maya, illusion. Thus, from the very beginning, Sri ISOPANISHAD wants us to be very careful to play that part designated for us by the Lord. This does not mean that the individual soul has no initiative of his own. Because he is part and parcel of the Lord, he must partake of the initiative of the Lord as well. When a person properly utilizes his initiative or active nature with intelligence, understanding that everything is the Lord's potency, he can revive his original consciousness, which was lost due to association with Maya, the external energy.
So we should take initiative to understand Krishna and to cooperate with Krishna. So that's what ISOPANISHAD is telling since beginning. Understand Krishna's supremacy, his proprietorship, and try to cooperate with the will of the Lord. That's what we have to become. We don't have to become competitor of the Lord. We have to become cooperator with the Lord. So there's a main teaching of ISOPANISHAD. Prabhupada said here. Okay, then we can overcome the influence of external energy. Prabhupada says. Okay, the last paragraph. Who is next here? Prabha Raghu. Prabha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Can you read this, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Prabhavati Mataji, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you read this purport, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. All power is obtained from the Lord. Therefore, each particular power must be utilized to execute the will of the Lord and not otherwise. The Lord can be known by one who has adopted such a submissive service attitude. Perfect knowledge means knowing the Lord in all his features, knowing his potencies, and knowing how these potencies work by his will. These matters are described by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all Upanishads.
So whatever power we have, skills we have, is by Krishna's grace. So let's utilize that power in fulfilling Lord's will. Few days back was Hanuman Jayanti. Hanuman got all the Ashtasiddhis by the blessings of Devadas. Then he utilized all the powers to serve Lord Ram. So like that, we should utilize our full capacity. A squirrel also had the capacity to bring some pebbles for the bridge. So somewhere somebody is squirrel, somebody is Hanuman. So as per our capacity, we can serve and be happy. If you are doing the best of our capacity, if you are doing the best, then we should be happy with that. Okay, we should not try to compare with Hanuman or compare with others. What your best you are doing, do it. Okay. Sometimes you don't even know limit. You ask your seniors. मैं इतना कर रहा हूँ ठीक है क्या ज़्यादा कर सकता हूँ क्या? And limit grows also. Limit is not always same like you, like elephant. When it grows, it becomes more strong. Initially, it may lift 50 kg. Later, it will lift 1 ton also. It can drag 1 ton also. So the power increases. Similarly, a devotee's capacity to serve, capacity for sadhana also increases. It keeps on expanding. Okay, so thus ends the third and the fourth sloka of ISOPANISHAD. Third verse talked about those people who disobey the ISOPANISHAD principle. So they do sinful activities and they degrade to Asura Loka. And we discussed the qualities of Asuras and Suras. We also discussed about how they will be punished in the hell. And we also discussed about how asses and donkeys and animals, they work hard to maintain their human, get the basic facilities for eating, medicine, depending, but human beings have already been awarded so easily all these things so that we can focus on higher purpose of life. We don't have to struggle for these things. We can focus on self-realization. It's the most important part of our life. So then the next slogan, Srila Prabhupada talked about how Devatas also cannot understand Krishna, and Krishna's sitting in one place controls the whole world through his energies. So these are the main two topics discussed here. So when you come next time, verse number 5 and 6, 5 and 4 and 5 are similar thing. Tad dejati, tan nejati, tad dure, tad namste. You can say that the inconceivable power of Krishna is described there, how he is walking but standing. Tad dejati, tan nejati. Tad dure, tad antike. He is far yet near. Tadantarasya sarvasya. He is there in everything. Tadu sarvasya asya bhayata. He is outside also. So that is described. So verse number 4 and 5 are similar things. That Krishna is inconceivable and difficult to understand him. Then verse number 6 and 7 talk about the vision of a Mahabhagavata. How a Mahabhagavata sees Krishna in his energy and sees all energies in Krishna. That's in the verse number 6 and 7. And verse number 8 talks about qualities of Krishna. Okay, the different qualities and they describe Krishna's personality also. Okay, so the qualities indicate his personality. And verse number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, the 6 verses talk about Vidya, Avidya, and demigod worship. Up to 14. And 15, 16, 17, the conclusion of ISOPANISHAD. Okay.
Hare Krishna Guruji, I have one doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Here it is said that Srila Ishopanishad wants us to be very careful to play the part designated for us by the Lord. So, so to be careful means careful, and what is that part? What we should play, which is designated by the Lord. So, where should we be? We should be very careful. This is for demigods or for the normal human beings like us, like normal devotees like us?
So actually, all of us are servants of Krishna, right? Jiva Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. So and we have our service to Krishna. So at our level, what we should do is take the instructions from Guru and follow your part, because Guru knows at what service we have to do to Krishna. So just follow the spiritual master. So following the instructions of spiritual master, if you do it properly, we are doing our part. Because we don't know what is our Swarupa in the spiritual world. We just know that I am servant of Krishna. So act as a servant of Krishna now. by following the Guru. So then all perfection will come. So that's our part perfectly we have to play. Become a servant of Guru.
Okay. And another one, Prabhuji, here in ISOPANISHAD, we are calling mantras, mantra 1, 5 like that. But normally in Bhagavad Gita, we'll say like shlokas or verses.
Yeah, because ISOPANISHAD is a Upanishad. Upanishads are generally addressed as mantras. Upanishadic mantras.
Because it is Shruti Shastra, that's why, or
Yeah, it's Upanishad. It's part of the Veda. It's part of Yajurveda. So that's why Prabhupada is using mantras. But in all other books, he's using shloka or verses. Because it's part of the Veda directly. Shruti Shastra.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, so already time up. So we end here. So we'll meet again next week. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.